Our verse today is Revelation 18, verse 21. Then a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and threw it into the sea, saying, So will Babylon the great city be thrown down with violence and will be found no more. From chapter 18 verse 1 to chapter 19 verse 10, the book of Revelation describes the fall of Babylon and the great rejoicing by the great multitude in heaven, singing that all authority and power belong to God. Babylon was once an oppressive imperial power in the ancient Near East. The activities of Babylon are very well spelled out in the books of the prophets. If you read 2 Kings, the book of Ezekiel, Isaiah, and especially Jeremiah. The prophets portrayed Babylon as idolatrous and ungodly and foretold its fall. Read Isaiah 21 verse 9 and Jeremiah 51 verse 8. In the vision of John, Babylon clearly refers to the imperial power at the time, Rome. Revelation calls Babylon the mother of prostitutes and the abominations of the earth. Read Revelation chapter 17 verse 5. Babylon, that is Rome, falls because she became a dwelling place of demons, the haunt of every unclean spirit and bird and detestable beasts. She was full of sexual immorality, and other kings and the rulers of the world enriched and corrupted themselves through her. Read Revelation 18, 2-3. That was how powerful Rome was and how influential it was among the other nations at the time. Today's verse tells us how the mighty angel took a stone and threw it into the sea, symbolizing how Babylon would be thrown down with violence and found no more. That symbolic representation of how Babylon was cast into the sea as a stone alludes to the destruction of the Egyptians at the Red Sea and the prophecies against Babylon in the prophets. We read, for instance, in the book of Nehemiah, "And you divided the sea before them, so that they went through the midst of the sea on dry land, and you cast their pursuers into the depths as a stone into mighty waters." Nehemiah chapter 9 verse 11. And in Jeremiah we read, "When you finish reading the book, tie a stone to it and cast it into the midst of the Euphrates and say, Thus shall Babylon sink to rise no more, because of the disaster that I am bringing upon her, and they shall become exhausted." Jeremiah 51, 63-64. Babylon is cast into the sea because of her evil rule, oppression, idolatry, immorality, killing of Christians, and above all, she corrupted other nations. Rome lost its power like every other imperial power in history. The only power that will ever remain is the power of God. Today, some nations are fighting and claiming superiority or supremacy. Who is more powerful? Who has more arms? And who has more nuclear power? All these powers will fail and fade away. One thing common among those who claim world power is that they kick God out of society and out of their minds and rely solely on their military and economic power. That is always the beginning of their downfall. The clarion call today is to enshrine God at the center of our politics, subjecting all authority to Him. To have a more just and peaceful world, a place where virtue reigns, we must reject every demon clothed in various forms of sexual immorality, now sold out, especially to developing countries, idolatrous ideologies, and demonic power-drunk rulers. How do you explain that children aged 3 are taught how to choose their sexes? What do they know? Or that someone wakes up and takes up arms against another nation without provocation, attempts it an act meant to liberate people, killing hundreds to thousands of people? Lord, may you defeat our present-day Babylon-like rulers in the world. Throw them down and enshrine leaders who will promote true Christian and human virtues. Amen. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of the day.